delaying. Okay. So, welcome everyone. My name is Alon Melchner, and I'm now the founder and CEO of Mixed.Reality. I will talk about myself later, but what I'm going to show you is what I'm experiencing for at least like 10 years. And actually, it's more than 10 years because I was one of the first in the digital media, like on the internet. And I did like crazy things that no one ever did. Like I started one of the first digital agencies, and I did like advertising in games and, you know, in exhibitions, for example, in 96, 97. Internet Zav, like the greatest ISP in Israel, the biggest, were doing like cardboard Wheel of Fortune in an event. And I was saying, wow, you're representing the best technology and you're doing cardboards? So I did games for them on like present like screens that you can present the game and activate and pull people in. So I will talk about it later. But what I see and what I believe and what I was talking about for many years is that we are on the verge of, I think, the biggest evolution mankind ever had. All the things that we know is going to be different. And I'm going to try and share it with you. So, the thing that I'm saying, I don't know how many of you have been thinking about it, but 100 years ago, until 100 years ago, people kind of were born and died in the same environment. Nothing really changed. Nothing crucial changed. Maybe they have a different bread or a different sword or I don't know what. But there were no big things happening. Only, let's say, in the last 100 years. And but the reality of where they were living and whatever they were experiencing was kind of the same. Nothing really changed. Now, I'm starting with this picture because I want to ask you, what do you think they are doing? Someone wants to say something? Drawing. What more? What may they be doing also in the cave? They are living. They are interacting. They are imagining. Okay? I was thinking about it a lot, and I will try to share with you about those thoughts, and we are going to go into deep philosophical ideas and thinking about what's going to happen. But they were also creating realities for themselves. Imagine they are going to sleep, and while they're sleeping, they're still looking at the wall, and they are imagining things, they're thinking things, they are creating their own movies because there was none. And those realities in the cave, when someone was outside and he was coming into the cave, he was kind of entering a new reality for himself, limited to what they have at that time. But the big question that I'm dealing with for, again, many, many years is, what is reality? You know, what is reality? This is the reality. Are we really here? If I'm touching something, is it reality? Those are big, big questions about reality. We also, Matrix, you also the movie. Matrix was like a big boom for me also, as the idea of what it represents. But how do we know that what we have, what we see is real? How do we differentiate between a dream or other realities? So we now have augmented reality and virtual reality that are including the word reality into them. But virtual reality, if you experience it deeply with an advanced device, like HTC Vive or Oculus Rift, or, I don't know how many of you experience like drawing in the air. Did someone did it? When you draw in the air, it's like you're walking like this. I can draw a flower and do it like this, and real flower, and I can go around it. And I can really feel it like it's there. But I'm in a virtual reality environment, so I don't see you. What we are doing now, and I will show you later, we are also creating one of those things that are going to come into mixed reality, and we'll talk about it again, is that I can draw things here. I can now have grass and flowers and whatever, and I will see you behind them, okay? But I will go into that later. So what is reality? It's something that every one of us will probably define it in a different way. What I want to share with you is how I see the future of our reality in a movie that is not related to technology at all. It's like a commercial for a painting company. But I saw it, I liked it, and I said, oh, this is how I see things. So let's look at the movie, at the video. happening in the world. Also outside. Okay, so this was like a crazy commercial, non-related to augmented reality or mixed reality, but for me, it is exactly what's going to happen. Big creatures walking on the streets, the houses, the boring gray houses can become colorful. And think about it, all the technologies that we have, let's say personalization. I will say about myself, like an idea. I like butterfly, I like pink flowers. So imagine when I'm walking on the street, I see pink flowers, because this is what I like. Actually, it's magic. You know the concept of magic? Magic is changing reality, right? This is what magic was in all the movies, Harry Potter, everything. So I think we are going to live in a magic. Magic is coming. And it's going to be more and more realistic. And this is how I live my days, okay? So, but again, we are going into reality. And what is reality? So, I don't know, again, you didn't experience too much of virtual reality, but I don't know if you know that there are some theme parks that are doing like virtual reality experiences or experiments, and people are walking, let's say, in walls, and I can touch whatever, and I don't see the real world. I don't know this is a table or wood. But in the virtual reality environment, I see something that represents the same shape. And when it does, I'm touching something, and it can be an ugly wall with slime on it, okay? But I will not see it. I will see it in the virtual reality. It's not what's really there. So we are changing the perception of what I am as a viewer sees the world. But imagine touching virtual objects, okay? Let's say I have a cube in my hand, like he does, and I can feel it. I can feel its weight. I can touch it. I can squeeze it hard or soft. I can feel the texture. So imagine I see the real world. I see you there, and I'm doing like this, and I have a dragon in my head, okay? Now, so I can see him. He's standing on my hand. You see it? Mm-hmm. Oh, someone doesn't see it? Okay. The story about the king without the, I don't know how to say it in English. You understand? Without clothes, right? So it's just, this kid had special viewing. So I have a dragon. Imagine I can squeeze him. Imagine he reacts to me squeezing him. Is it real? What's real? You know, this is like big question that I'm dealing with. So we talked about feelings, but if something exists as we see it, as we feel it, and let's say we have contact lenses, glasses, we'll talk about different ways of looking at the virtual objects because now we cannot really see them. In Iron Man or something, it's kind of an hologram, okay? But hologram is also a possibility for visualizing digital content on the real world. But again, different senses will make it real or more realistic, at least. There are different companies who are doing like sensing gloves or different technology for sensing or feeling. Dragon or the fox. How? I will ask you later after this. Who would like to pick up a little fox in his hand and play with him? Who would not like to do it? Okay, you're not participating enough. But imagine having a fox. You can do it, something like that, and throw it away. You can do crazy things that you wouldn't have done if it was real. The thing is, if this fox has AI that is smart enough to act really like a fox, he can be scared of us if we are bad people, he can like us if we like him enough. This will be real. And in the end, we will not be able to differentiate if this fox is our pet or virtual, because he will look the same, he will even pee on the floor. Okay, we will have to pick it up, because if I'm throwing a virtual ball and it will fall on the virtual pee, the ball will be wet. And then I feel it. You're not with me yet. I will need to go there. So, and this goes to the other area that I'm talking about it for many years. You know the definition of matter in the dictionary? Is something that has a mass and takes a place in space. Okay, so if I'm taking this butter, it's matter of some kind. Okay, it has a mass. It has a weight. I can throw it. I can kick it. Okay, it exists, right? Now, if I'm taking a virtual bottle exactly like this, it will act exactly like this. Even the fluid inside will act exactly like this. Is it real? It has a mass, because I don't know from you engineers or technical people, 3D objects have a mass mathematically on the computer. You can define all the parameters of physics inside a virtual 3D object. But when I'm putting the bottle here and I'm kicking my feet into it, it falls down. My shoe cannot enter the same space as the bottle, right? This is the only wrong pronunciation of what matter is, as I see it. I'm not saying it's wrong, because if it is a virtual bottle and I'm putting a virtual shoe into it, the virtual shoe will kick the bottle, right? You're all with me? Or am I talking nonsense and I need to be hospitalized? Yeah, not yet. So we will all be, actually. So take this truck, for example. I don't know if you know what they're wearing. Anyone knows what they're wearing on their faces? HoloLens, it's from Microsoft. Microsoft has taken a few steps, I think like 2 years, almost 2 years ago. They released a product called HoloLens. It's the first stage. It's not commercialized. It's not really something that we can use daily, but it's the beginning, and they did things that no one else did before. But with it, you can visualize the virtual content. Now, let's say I see a truck like that. Does this truck exist? Does it made of something that we can call matter? Maybe we can call it virtual matter. The question is, if I'm going to the truck and I'm touching it, can I feel it? So let's say I do. Is it real? Again. Can I push the truck? You wanted to say something?
Depends what you're wearing in your fingers, doesn't it? In other words, at the end of the day, it's down to the nerves which go to here. If I stimulate the nerves in a certain way, I would think I'm feeling something.
Right.
It could be an illusion.
Yeah, so what you're saying, it depends on the nerve, it depends on your brain, it depends on if you feel it, it depends on what you're wearing. So you did say something that it's all in the brain. So we can go back. It's all in the brain. I don't know, it's not my profession to be a psychologist or... Sorry?
Dreams are real as well.
Dream may be real. We don't know. Maybe dreams is like where we really are living and we're just coming here back. I don't know. We don't know the truth. But if it's all in the brain, so let's say, and I'm sure it will be, we will have some kind of an app or something that we put on our faces, and it will transmit to the brain. Because let's talk about the eye. The eye is the same, acting the same as a camera, right? I don't know if any one of you knows how to build a camera. But camera is taking the picture, the light, transferring it to some kind of data, and then making it visible to us, understandable to us on the computer, let's say. Okay? The eye makes the same thing for the brain. So let's have a camera that knows what information to send to the brain. And then I have this camera, and I see from here. Okay? I see what you're doing. I now have eyes in my back or something. Okay? Because this is it. It will happen. Someone don't think so? I think it will happen in 10, 15 years, not more, as I see it. Because we know almost everything. We don't understand the brain totally. But we know how to make the camera with everything. We just need the right translation, how to send the right data to the brain. So, again, it relates to what we wear. what we have, how we see reality with this truck. So imagine we do have a truck here, and when I'm going, I'm eating it, and boom, I'm feeling it in my head, okay? It may happen. All those things may happen, and then there will be a big question is, what is reality? This is something that I'm going to do. I'm doing, actually. I don't know if there is a game like that the camera sees my feet, and it throws the ball accordingly. But it's not really there. It's just like a visual representation of the feet, and the camera knows when something is getting in, and it makes the ball move. I don't know if you saw it. You can find an app like that. A big startup is, I think we can sell it to Nike. I can give you a lot of secrets because I'm dealing with all of this, but I will go back. Imagine making a shoe that you can feel. Okay, imagine making a shoe that when I'm eating a virtual ball, I really feel like, boom, like eating a ball. And the same way I'm kicking the ball, the virtual ball will move. This can be done. I can move a virtual ball according to the way I kick, the velocity and everything. The big thing will happen when it will be felt, when we can touch it.
Yeah, exactly. I think the challenge here goes back to the definition of mass. The virtual ball doesn't have mass. So even though I can have a shoe that gives me sensations of touching the ball, when I hit the ball, my foot stops.
But you are wrong. You said I'm repeating what you said because I want everyone else in the online to hear. So you said the ball don't have a mass, and when you're kicking the ball, it's not really a mass. So this is where I think you're wrong. The ball can be very heavy. Let's say I have a shoe that I can feel. Okay, I can make this ball. I can trick you, giving a normal ball with a normal mass. When you kick it normally, it will fly like a normal soccer ball. But I can change the mass and will make it like a bowling ball. And while you kick it, you'll feel it, okay? And it will not move. So
the ball won't move maybe, but my foot has momentum. When my foot has momentum, some of that momentum is transferred to the ball. This is physics, basically.
Right.
The ball moves because my foot stops partly. In the virtual world, it doesn't matter what you do, even if the shoe is right. The shoe is not going to stop the shoe itself, unless it's something very, very clever, is not going to stop my foot's motion. So there's a gap there, I think.
Okay, let's continue with this idea. So you said, okay, no matter how even if the ball has a mass, even if I can change it from a normal football ball to a kind of bowling ball, let me help you with that. We are talking about technologies. You need to invent technologies. And my job, if you didn't know my job, if you don't understand what I'm doing, I know how to connect the dots, okay? I know of one technology and make 7 out of it, okay? This is my profession. I was doing that for years. So you gave me a problem, I'm solving it. You remember that it's all connected to the brain. The shoe doesn't only vibrate, it sends information to the brain. Let's say it strikes my muscle or something, I don't know, okay, and makes me stop, or I can feel the pain. So then your motion will stop?
So it needs to be, it's not just sensors, it's
in real
feedback.
life, not in virtual life.
It needs to be, the feedback needs to be tactile.
No, not just tactile. You have to physically stop the foot.
Right.
Because once the foot moves, it has momentum. If you don't physically stop it, it won't stop. If you stop it, then you feel that you're stopping it.
Okay. So I want to categorize this as philosophy for now, because I do believe from the biology side and from the brain side, it will be. But there are other things that are coming. Let's say, I don't know, force fields. Okay? So we create a virtual force field. We are talking about, this lecture is about futurism and what's coming.
You see, a force field is an actual thing. It's not just something you perceive. It actually exists there. That is to say, if a dog that doesn't have any virtual experience walks into a force field, they get stopped too.
Right.
It's not dependent on the virtual part. So you could create physical force fields to replace other types of physical things. That's no longer virtual.
I do want, because I don't want to stay too long on this one, but you're right, and again, this is why I categorize it as a philosophy. I do believe that you can make, I think people have that in the real world. Something in the brain makes them stop. Something in the brain makes them fall down. Okay, I don't know if it's a good thing, but I do think that we can connect the virtual with the brain in a good way. But the question is really, in the end, let's say we have all those things, and we have a virtual ball that you can kick. The question is, will we be able to differentiate it between the reality that we know and the virtual reality that's connecting to that. There are many technologies, new technologies that were born in the last, 5 years, let's say, maybe a bit more. IoT, I guess you're dealing with that in different ways. It has a meaning, okay? AI, of course. AI is getting stronger this year, and it will get stronger. And all the fears that we have about AI, we will find out, I guess. 3D printing, for me, is also very revolutionary as for technology. And I just saw a video, I didn't put it in. Someone is doing drawing in AR, okay? I'm drawing something in the air, virtually, and I'm designing the object, and it's being printed live while I'm doing that, okay? So this is like what I liked about it. This is exactly what I was saying, for some time. All those technologies are going to be connected. The people who are going to connect them are going to be the new inventors, the new solutions finders. And blockchain, you know about programmable matter? You heard about that? This is new. Totally exciting for me. Let's combine 3D printing with programmable matter. So all I need to do is print, small pixels of matter. Those small pixels of matter can combine into something. I'm doing, and it goes and it becomes a chair. I'm doing like that, and it becomes a table.
Magic.
In a way, so I don't know how technically doing it. I know how logically to do that. Again, this is my part. So, but this is like exciting. So, and this is magic, you're right. So magic will be created virtually. So we are talking again about matter and about all those things. For me, they are all connected. And this is what I'm trying to share. Think about the connection of all those things. Think about IoT connectivity with something with the chair that knows who is coming into the house. And when he's coming into the house, the chair changes its shape into my form. This is science fiction? I don't think so. Okay. So, oops, and continue. Oh, sorry. So, there's a new concept. Also, I didn't know if I like it, but this is more related to what I'm doing with Mixed.Place, with my company. There is a new concept being created. It's called AR Cloud. And AR Cloud is not simple data. I called it like overlaying the real world with digital layers. This is what we do. We are now creating a technology or an infrastructure, actually, to map the entire world. But when I mean mapping it, I mean that I know that this the stage here, it's going down a bit. There's the carpet, there are the chairs, there are the walls, there are the pillar of the room. Everything will be mapped as a mesh, as a three-dimensional map that virtual objects, printed objects, smart materials, all those things will know how to interact with the real world. So imagine we have a kind of programmable material that can become a ball. If I need to put cameras inside and sensors inside and everything inside, it will be too big, it will be too difficult to achieve. But it just needs to be simple enough to know how to connect to other dots. And there is a map of the room. It will know when to collide with the walls. It's too much? Yeah? Okay. So actually mapping the world, this is a way to represent it. Okay? And there are some companies in the world that are doing that, but the AR cloud as an idea is the new reality. And we started from what is reality. But imagine this is the new reality, or the second layer of reality, or the second Earth, or AR cloud, whatever you want to call it. There are some companies who are doing some visualization of that. This is actually very correct to what I'm doing now. So think about adding content on the real world. You can have dinosaurs in the park, okay? But you can also learn about them if you wanted. Of course, you can recognize vehicles. You know where it's going. You know who's driving inside. But you understand the mapping and the topography of the ground, and you know where the buildings are, where the walls are. This is being done. This is going to be out in just several years. And everything will be mapped. So if everything is mapped, we can change the reality. Think about going to, I don't know, a place like this, and we can have flowers that are not really there. You can have advertisement. Think about what's going to happen to advertising. It's everything. It's going to affect all industries. Okay? So
it is a mixed reality, no? Because you are putting it on a real thing. It's not
right.
Creating something like a flower that you said out of the blue.
Can you explain
right.
the difference between mixed and augmented?
So I have this slide, so I will explain about it in a few slides. Okay? And this is right. You said that it's a mixed reality. Again, this is a name. Okay? But I want to define what mixed reality is, and I will try to do it with you in a few slides. Okay? But so this was like the big background. What I wanted to talk about is the big philosophy of things. What's reality? What's matter? What is real? How can we differentiate? All those things. Combine it with the technologies that we know of and the technologies that we don't know of that's coming. Think how all of them are connected and how it's going to affect our lives. I'm excited about it. Who is optimistic about the future? Wow. 25%? All others are pessimists? Who is pessimic about the future? Pessimic are scared. They say, I don't know, something will happen to me. I don't know. I want to be optimistic, and we must be optimistic. And beside living, people who are after 40 in their age, we are smarter, right?
Yeah.
We are smarter as a general concept. We look at things a bit in a better way, I think, for most of us. There are some who were closed in the room and didn't do anything and didn't think about it. But as I see, and if we were living up until the age of like 200, I think the world was better, really, because people were smarter. The prime minister was 100 or 120, was smarter. I didn't say anything political about it, but, and so this is one way of looking. If we live farther, life will be more appreciated, but we will be smarter people. The average that is 40, 60 will be 80, 100, because we live up to 200. So 80, 100 that can move like we do and are healthy and everything, I think they will affect the world better. But this is like another discussion. But how it's going to affect mankind, as I see it, in a good way. Who likes that more? I can tell you it happens to me also, not only with Pokemon Go. What I'm doing now, we have an app that we're going to release that you can go outside the streets and put whatever you want on the street, and it will stay there. This is part of the AR cloud, let's call it. And we are going to release this app in like a month or two. And everyone can start painting the world, but it stays there. I'm putting, I don't know, a block or something here, it will stay. Everyone else will see it. Okay, I'm going to my house, I'm putting a painting, I'm putting whatever I want. Think about, don't be, IKEA is going to be closed soon. With most of these things, they are going to sell virtual objects. Because why should I need a painting on the wall, really? Just decoration, right? No one is going to the painting and say, wow, it's such a nice, I like the material of the painting. No one is doing that, right? You're doing that just to have a nice picture on the wall. There are many, many things in our houses that are just for decoration. We don't even touch them. Actually, they get dust and everything, and they are annoying. So all those things, we don't need them anymore. Imagine we all have the AR cloud. We all have the same system, the same internet. So when you're coming to my house, you will see my house decorated with what I wanted to decorate it with, right? This is cool, no? This is nice. If I want a physical thing, if I want the real Mona Lisa, I will pay, I don't know, $20 million and I will have it. But why? My Mona Lisa can talk. She can say good morning. She can say everything I want, So this is like better.
How do you see it? What's the input device?
We'll get it. We'll get there. Okay?
Google Glass 4.
For now, you can do it. I can do it right now. Part of you were in the beginning. I showed you a dinosaur walking here. We saw it through the mobile phones. For now, it's the mobile phones. But this is, again, a big discussion. Why do we need these flat, two-dimensional screens of televisions and mobile phones, and everything is flat, two-dimensional screens? You see, I'm supposed to see who is calling me right now in front of me. But then I will be crazy, really, for now, but it's coming. So, I don't know who invented the first screen. We need to check him. Maybe he died already. But he made humanity like wrong experience for the last, 100 years. We are looking at a flat two-dimensional screen. We are three-dimensional people. We live in a three-dimensional world. Why should we have flat pictures of everything? Okay? So this is part of what's coming. All the digital content, all the data, all the media, everything is going to be out there. And if I want to be crazy, I can see, we all have Snapchat or things like that we can have funny pictures, funny faces. I can make any one of you funny if I want. Okay? I can change the chairs. Okay? So all those things are going to happen in the real world. So we jumped and we talked about, and I will talk about the devices soon. But this is funny because it really happened, and it's actually sad also. Some people also got injured. But this is the problem, that we need to walk with something in front of our face. Okay? It's stupid. But this is what we have. Imagine we don't have that. Imagine I don't need to hold anything and I have the same data. But the data, if you saw like futuristic movies, like sci-fi movies, they all have like screens, right? They're moving the screens. Everything is two-dimensional screens. When they did it like 10, 20 years ago, it was innovative, like having screens in the air, holograms, even Iron Man. But it's stupid. Why it has to be two-dimensional? Because imagine Waze or GPS guiding software that you see arrow like this that says like up, but you still need to go like this. You need to see it on the road. You need to see it on the sidewalk and exactly on the same three-dimensional world part of it. Okay, and this is what's coming. And then this will not happen. Actually, it's not true. I have a video here, but it's on the next one. So I will cut about myself. I wanted to do like a stop, but I started a company, just to give you a small bit of my background. I have another company called Waking App. I started it like 6-7 years ago. And my dream there was to, democratize content creation for AR, VR, because I did believe in AR, VR. Now I'm in the next generation, it's called Mixed Reality. But AR, VR, think about 5-6 years ago, no one really did things with it. Those are things that I did with my company. We created on the television, play football, shoot it into the television, pizza coming. So, because it's noisy, imagine Domino's Pizza coming out of the television as a commercial, and you really see the pizza here. And I could put ad on it, and we did it, actually, and it was connected to the databases and to the systems of Domino's Pizza, and you could really order. But you saw like a really hot app, like you really wanted a pizza, and you put ads on it, and you saw what it is, and you invited it, and you ordered it.
This is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Sorry?
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory back in the 1960s, 70s.
Okay.
With Willy Wonka. That's it.
Oh, okay. So I can do anything you want. I can make a cake like this, and you can get the cake. Imagine startups like this. So if you're thinking about that, if any one of you could go back 10 years, wouldn't you have invented WhatsApp, Tweet, I don't know, all kind of apps, Waze? Think about it. So I'm giving you the opportunity now. You can quit your job, and you can go home and start creating a new startup with, sorry?
Thank you for...
No, but I want shares about that. I want you to remember who encourage you. Think how many softwares, solutions, startups can be created because of me, let's say. Because I'm telling you, look, there is a new medium coming. It's empty. No one ever done anything on it yet. And everyone is going to be there. And everything you know is going to go to the garbage, to the trash. Do you agree with this future?
I don't agree nobody's doing anything with it. You mean the mixed reality?
Yeah, AR, MR.
All companies like Microsoft, Apple.
No, but they are the big technology company, they are not really giving the final solutions. All the apps, in the end, are startups or someone at home thought of an idea or actually thought of a problem, you know? I decided for myself, and this is what I did with my company. I believed in the creativity of the crowd. This is what I was doing for the last 10 years. I was sharing. I'm a creative inventor. I was always keeping my secrets in the drawer. No one knows it. I don't want anyone to know about it. I changed my position, maybe because we got older. But I'm smarter when I'm sitting with you. Okay? I can talk to you, interact with you. You're giving me ideas. I have more experience maybe in different inventions, so I know how to take those ideas and make something out of it quicker. But I don't know all the pains, all the solutions, all the problems, all the professions. I don't know. I cannot know it. I cannot do it. So what I wanted to create is a platform that will enable any one of you to create things without investing millions of dollars. So with Waking Up, I created like a do-it-yourself tool. You can call it Wix. You can call it PowerPoint. It's just a drag-and-drop tool. Relatively simple. You can put the picture, 360 picture, 3D models. You can create interactivity. This was like 5 years ago. And me, I'm not a developer. I'm more a creative person. So I use this software to do things in hours what developers did in days or weeks. And Waking Up still exists. So imagine creating VR experience in 5 minutes. But you can create a game, even, up to a level of game. And those things were done in VR. All those things were done in hours by artists, not by developers. Even live data. Okay, so now it's finally becoming mainstream because AR, VR at its time, VR started like, I don't know, 20, 30 years ago with bad computers. But I think AR, VR is just temporary, as they are. And as I see it, they are in a way kind of a part of the evolution into mixed reality. And mixed reality is a way to call it. But finally, after years that I was trying to convince people, you know, in industries and do things, and like people like you, start creating things. You were always also kind of skeptic, maybe, about what you're going to do. It's happening, and if no one believed it until now, in the end of last year, Apple released a tool called ARKit. And ARKit is one of the biggest game changer in our lifetime because it's bringing the content out in an easier way, in a more stable way. And of course, Google couldn't wait because if they did, Google would have lost the market, I think. They are still have a delay, they're still like a beta, but it's probably doing the same. The thing is with Apple released iPhones. Apple has its own advantage that it can put hardware inside the phone. So the hardware inside the phone is working much better because they have special CPU, I think, for augmented reality. Google cannot do it right now, only with the, where are we? Okay. So there are Google mobile devices, but other companies like Samsung, I think, will cooperate. And I don't know who will win, but it's good because the two companies that control the market is putting all its efforts into AR, but they are not the only one. I don't know if you know Facebook. You know a company called Facebook? They release a platform called AR Studio. Facebook got deep into AR. Snapchat got deep into AR. Everyone is doing that now. Finally. Oh, I was talking about, like, you know, there are some people who I know in the market, in the world, we are talking about this for years. But finally, they're starting to be there. And when they are, and because they are, the game is going to change now. And so my vision, this is what I believe in. This really represent, imagine how fun it is going on a trip on a mountain, and we can see the historical building there exists. Okay? You can be in a war if something happened, if an historical war happened there. All those things will be part of our reality. Okay? Imagine walking around on the schools and the malls and tourist area. I was in Rome like, I don't know, 6 months ago. It was my first time in Rome. I needed a Roman soldier to walk with me as a guide. This is stupid. Well, it's like, it's like, where is he? This is how I feel, because I live into that. Too many years, I'm thinking about it, I'm doing that. And I was going to see some ruins. Some of them are not really understandable. Like, I don't know, oh, it's supposed to be like that. Why should I imagine that if I can really see it? Imagine we can see that with all the thing and the flags and the, I don't know, people there. This is so close that I don't think it will take 10 years. It will take 5 years, I think, to see that. Who wants to be the first to do it? I want to. No, really, I want to do. I want to do so many things. So this is why it's frustrating. Okay.
Sometimes, what is the input device? I think the question was asked before. What's the input device for this?
Okay. So, okay. Just you ask it right in the right slide. Look, the next slide is exactly that. Okay. This is something I took in my office. Okay. I'm playing with this dinosaur that was big, now with small dinosaurs. Imagine kids playing like that, and they can interact. Now he's not really interacting, but, oh, you see shadows of the other one flying. Imagine you don't use the phone to do that, okay? And of course, we can start immediately with phones because everyone has this device, okay? Soon, or actually in 2 or 3 years, Apple is talking about glasses. Everyone is talking about glasses, okay? I will show you some examples about that, but glasses are coming in 2 years, 3 years. If Apple is releasing, I hope Apple should pay me now, but I think when Apple is going to release the glasses, they should throw away the iPhone. It should be eyeglasses or something. And let's say, give it 5 years and say, I'm not releasing any more phones, any more mobile phones. Apple can do that, because actually they must do that if they want to stay Apple. You know, because they were the first really good smartphone. They can be the first really good glasses. I guess it's part of the strategy, I guess. Okay? But everyone is doing that. And Facebook and Microsoft and Google and Snapchat has, I don't know if you know, Snapchat has glasses also, that you can do simple things with it, but they are talking about releasing a better glasses. It's coming. Magic Clip, you know? Who knows Magic Clip?
Right now it's still virtual. They make really cool videos. Beyond that, we haven't seen anything from them.
I know. Magic Clip, Google invested 1 billion, Alibaba invested 1 billion. Okay? Billion, yeah. It's worth like 6 billion. With nothing. They exist for 3 years. No one never, ever, I don't know, maybe 20 people, no one knows what they have. They know, generally. Just like 2 months ago, they published for the first time the glasses. But no one knows how it's working. They're supposed to have something that kind of broadcasts into your eye, so you see things more realistically. So, you know, when I'm having this in my hand, and my other hand is blurry, right? You know, and you can change the focus. So they're talking about those things, that they solved it, and making all the digital content appear in the real world in a realistic way. If Google invested 1 billion, I hope they showed something to Google. But so Magic Clip says they're going to release something this year. Yeah, and this is the glasses probably. Okay, so it's coming with a kind of a box that, I don't know, includes the data, some kind of connectivity. Magic Clip and HoloLens are the first one. I talked to Microsoft. They said that also, like in 2 years, they're going to release glasses that are going to be commercialized, like cost, I don't know, maybe hundreds.
But aren't there work done with biology and physics to have something in our brain instead of all these devices in order to?
So let's continue with the roadmap of the evolution. Contact lenses. I have contact lenses. Who have contact lenses here? Okay. So we are used to it. Okay? Imagine how simple it is. Everything is natural. I don't have even glasses. I don't have nothing. And I can see the dinosaur here. If I can see the dinosaur, it's so cool. I don't know. So contact lenses, there are patents about it. Google is there. Everyone is there. It will come. Okay? What we are developing now, and in a way, again, I need to understand what Amdocs is doing. I never understand. I told you, but I don't know all the things. But some of the things that you are doing may be interested for both of us. But
very boring stuff.
Yeah, but because I'm not there, because you're not doing what I'm doing. No, but imagine contact lenses to work. You need CPU, GPU, camera, hard disk, I don't know, all those things. But imagine we don't need the hard disk because we have cloud. We don't need cameras because you can take the vision from the AR cloud that I'm doing. Okay? So in the end, what I'm doing now is something that may help to release contact lenses sooner. Okay? Because we will not need part of the hardware that you basically need now. Okay? And then this is what you estimated correctly. We just need to understand the brain. Okay? It will be solved. And you don't need to have anything surgical. I don't think you need an implant to be inserted with like pins like that, hanging into the brain or something. You don't need, I think it will be transmitted in a way. Everything is electric, anything in the brain, everything in the brain. I think it will be solved. So we just put a hat on and we see virtual. Okay? This is part of my vision.
Arthur C. Clarke in 2001, which may or may not be a good book, but he has this thing called the brain cap.
Okay.
It has slightly advanced.
Yeah. So it's logical to me now because it's just collecting data. It's understanding. I don't know how the brain works. I don't know how the electricity works, but I know what they do. And so again, connecting the dots. So I will try to pass it quicker. But you know the mass media concept? You know, the first mass media was print, kind of. You know? So think about it. Before print, only few, let's say, religious people knew the Bible. Okay? So they were very important because they could teach it to others in the village, right?
They had the knowledge.
They had the knowledge. No one else had the knowledge. And they have maybe one book because it was handwritten. So when you can print, you can make infinite number of Bibles and then you can share. So you share the knowledge. But later on came the recording of records and music and things like that. And then cinema. And then the radio. Think about radio as a revolution. And this is why all those things, maybe except print, is in the last 100 years. So think the difference about, for those people, I don't know exactly, I forgot when the print was invented, but yeah, it was 300. Yeah, so think about the day before. Think about the father that didn't have the printing and the kid that printing was common. Think about this big evolution. So we have all those things in our lifetime almost, right? All those things we have in one lifetime. And television. But all those things, all those mass medias were one direction. Like there were few lucky people who decided what to say to all the others, right? Then the internet came. And when the internet came, it was both. It was now there is a little kid that tells millions of people what to think. Okay? This is like, I think, the biggest evolution of what the internet did, beside others. And then came the mobile, because the internet also became mobile with it. And then came AR, VR. And for now, I think mixed reality is the next step. And mixed reality, actually, is going to include all of them. We are going to have all of them in a new type of experience. It will not be two-dimensional. It will not be on the screen. We will not need to sit near the radio or read a book. Actually, I can have a physical book if I like it, but the book can change the content. You understand what I mean? It can be fantasy book, it can be the Bible, it can be anything. You wanted to say something? Okay. So, and again, I will try to continue fast with that, but 10 years ago, 12 years ago, we didn't have Facebook smartphones. I don't know how many of you stopped to think about it. 10 years, okay? Everything that we live, all the way that we wake up in the morning, everything is based on 10, 12 years. Internet like 25, 30, computers, it's a bit old data. It's changing, I need to change it every year. Television, 100 years, okay? Now, you know this from television? This is augmented reality. They invented it like 50, 60 years ago. This is painting augmented reality on the wall. So he changed the mass of the matter. This is all it did. You know, for how long I was thinking about this and I never used it. This is the first time I'm using this. I found it specially for you. But I can do a tunnel in the mountain now, not tomorrow, now. And when we will move, the perspective, moves accordingly, right? You can see the all of the tunnel there or there, according to where I'm standing. Okay, it can be totally realistic up to the level that no one can differentiate between if it's real or not. And it can be done now. Sorry?
Still wouldn't recommend trying to drive through it.
No, but you can tell the coyote to go through it. Okay, I'm going to invention, I can run fast and then climb, like crawl under it and there is a small hole and he's coming when it's, never mind. Exponential growth of technology, you all know. I will try to continue with that. But can you imagine what's coming next? And this is the big thing. I don't know how many of us can really decide what will be there in 10 years. Because think about what's happening. I did do this very fast, but the exponential growth of technology is going faster and faster and faster and faster. If it took like 100 years to have a new technology, now it takes seconds. So if we accept that, we cannot estimate even what will happen in 10 years, right? Try to estimate what will happen in 50. I don't know if there can be science fiction authors anymore. I don't think. I don't know if someone will invent something that didn't exist. Try to invent something that no one invented before. Transformation in Star Trek. I don't know, printing food. We have it. Try to think about, sit down one night quietly with yourself and try to think about something that no one has talked about or invented, even in a science fiction. It's very difficult, okay? But the only way to do it, maybe, is to connect the dots, okay? This is kind of my conclusion. This is the only way of going somewhere, is taking a few technologies, combine them into something new. You talked about mixed reality. We live in I call it, it's like a spectrum. We have like 100% reality. Here, this is what we are. I see a dinosaur flying above you, you see it? No, you don't. This is augmented reality, okay? It's like mixing the real and the virtual. And the augmented reality can be in different levels. I don't want to go into that too deep, but it was limited in the past. Now it's more advanced. Apple and Google is helping that. So it's going to be combined with the real world. Augmented virtuality is like actually feeling things. Okay, we talked about it, that you can touch it. And virtual reality is 100% virtual, so we don't see the reality. You saw the dinosaur that I demonstrated in the beginning. It started as an augmented reality. I could go into the portal and be inside virtual reality. So for me, they are the same. They are just a spectrum of how much reality exists and how much is virtual. Okay?
What's the difference between virtual?
Okay, go back. What's the difference between?
Augmented reality versus augmented virtuality?
Augmented virtuality is kind of a concept. I think it's more related to other feelings like touch. Okay? When you have object, we talked about it a bit, when you have virtual object that you can feel and you can interact with physically. Okay?
So mixed reality is all of them?
Mixed reality, as I see it, as some people see it, there are different definitions. I think mixed reality is the right one. Microsoft is using that also. Mixed reality is what we should think about. The AR, VR is temporary. They will dissolve into one definition. And the one definition is mixed or augmented. Yeah, but mixed reality is all of them, as I see.
How is it different than augmented?
No, so mixed reality is including everything. It includes virtual reality inside, because it's 100% reality. Mixed reality, again, it's from 0 to 100% virtual inside the real. Okay? We all understand? This is
the heart of what makes us human, and it's the key ingredient in mixed reality. Being present isn't just about what you see, but more importantly, it's about having the freedom to move, interact, and explore. Today's mobile virtual reality headsets allow simple rotation of your head, such as looking side to side. The stationary experience is very interesting, but it's not mixed reality. This may look immersive, but it doesn't feel natural. It's the difference between being an observer versus an engaged participant. In real life, we're used to exploring our world by moving freely in all directions. More sophisticated headsets that work at desk scale do let you move more naturally. You can move side to side, forward and back, and you can even stand up. This kind of motion is called translation, and it adds an entirely new dimension to your experience. Now you can look around objects and explore them in 3D just like you do in the real world. Even more sophisticated headsets work at room scale and allow you to walk to further interact with your environment. They usually do this by tracking your location using external sensors. A limitation with this approach is that it requires setting up your room and, in some cases, even drilling holes in your walls. Unfortunately, these sensors have a limited area of coverage that restrict how far you can walk. Microsoft HoloLens is the first fully self-contained holographic computer. HoloLens works at world scale by not requiring additional external sensors or any extra setup. This is called inside-out tracking, and this capability is available to some headsets running Windows 10. With no room setup required, the world is your canvas. You can finally be present in your environment in the most natural and immersive way.
Okay. So, mixed reality also, and the combination of concepts like AR cloud and covering the world with an overlay of digital content. The thing is that for the first time, things, content, objects, data, entertainment, everything can be placed in certain places on the world, and it can be like here. When I'm coming here forever, until someone will erase it, I will have this stage colored in red. Or I have this walls like windows that I can see it's like a submarine, and I can see through the windows and I can see fish in there. So for the first time, content can persist in the real world and stay there. And now we have an entire world to fill with content. And this is why I need the help of everyone else to do that. And this is where we are going. So because we don't have too much time, I will give you like a short. Mixed has like more than 15 patent pendings that we sent regarding the future of how mixed reality can be combined in the real world. And part of the things that we're trying to solve, because if you understand even what Microsoft have shown, it's all based on visual recognition of the world. The camera recognizes it infrared. We are doing things that may work when there are bad weather or when it's dark, because if we close the light for ARKit, for Apple, it's not working, almost, okay? So we are doing other things that are other ways of understanding the world besides vision. And of course, it's not working when it's farther away. Camera cannot see 50 meters away. They cannot understand what they see. So we help them do it better, hopefully. And when the video will work, okay. Again, this is Magic Leap. Just show you, like this is like a concept. It's not a real thing. It's a concept of Magic Leap is doing. How they vision the world. We have a menu on the top. You can choose the tool if you want a game. So you start a game. So you have real toys on the table, but the real toys are identified, and I can pick them up.
Oh, right. shit.
Okay, we can continue with that all the time. But I'm trying to do some things that are more practical. For example, this is just a demo. But we have an interactive character that can walk on the wall with you, and he can guide you to the store you want. He can guide you up to the shelf and the product. Okay, imagine that. Imagine kids doing that. Imagine parents have simple arrows for them. Everyone can have his own way of interacting with the environment. Okay, this is real. Those are things that I can do. I went with it to the mall. I went to McDonald's and I put a Burger King logo on McDonald's and changed the store. Really, and everyone who will come there will see, with the same software, will see Burger King. Okay. There are many philosophical and even kind of law-related issues. Whether I can go and change McDonald's logo. Okay? So I don't mind McDonald's suing us. I will find a law company that will want to represent and be the first one to do those things. You know, there are many issues. So again, what we are doing is things like that, okay? And we have some clients coming. Actually, it's relating to you also, I think. And if you have someone who wants to do very innovative stuff with your own technology, with your own data, think about it. Taking all the things that you know and bringing it into the real environment, okay? I can do navigation, I can do promotion, you can do, and when I'm clicking on it, automatically I get a coupon of, I don't know, 10%. It's totally interactive. Everything that we know on digital. We can use it on the real world, okay? What we are aiming to understand the world like that, and I can change the Guggenheim. They can change the Guggenheim, and they can even put something outside that represent what they show inside, okay? This is reality. Those are things that I'm doing. Sometimes I'm trying to do it more and more. Imagine we all see that. You will see that on the screen. But when we will all have contact lenses, glasses, mobile phones, you will see that also in real. Exhibitions. This is boring. You don't know where to go. Imagine there is an interactive character that knows what you're looking for. It guides you. Okay? Hospitals that looks like that may look like this. I have another slide, even with the kid in the room. And imagine you have a sick kid who needs to stay in the hospital. You have a virtual teddy bear that he can talk to. I did something related to that. Maybe this teddy bear can be a wish come true character. I don't know. He can talk to the teddy bear and say, oh, I wish my mommy will bring me ice cream, and someone gets this information and tells the mommy, and mommy is coming with the ice cream. Imagine that. Okay? So we aim to really map the world and become the big cloud infrastructure of content, of virtual content on the real world. We are going to release, as I said, like the first stage. There is a big roadmap. Our roadmap is including like apps that are kind of gamification inside. You all know Pokemon Go and what it did. We're doing something much, 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 much more advanced and interesting and thing. But whenever everyone is using that, they're actually scanning the world for us. So we'll have, hopefully, millions of people playing, interacting, doing things, but they also scan the world for me. And all being recorded on the cloud, all being recorded as mapped and on the cloud. And this is part of what we're doing.
Street view on steroids.
Yep. Yeah.
But somebody else could also do that. So there could be multiple clouds.
So you need to be smarter. I know. But in the end, I don't mind, like, okay, so I will need to split and decide between Apple and Google. Who buys me? Oh, damn. But you know, this is like what we hope to it. Sorry?
Rich people's worries.
Yeah, and I'm still not rich. I'm still not, but hopefully. The thing is, know how to do it in a smarter way, how to achieve faster mapping. So we have all those kind of solutions. We are already working in retail and education things, but we don't want to go into industries ourselves. We want others to do that, and this is what will be in the end. This is something that was done 4 years ago almost, in a mall, and I'm about to finish. See how people reacted. But this is a lie. They saw themselves on the screen, okay? But they saw themselves on the screen or with a mobile phone. But even then, it's funny for everyone to interact with virtual content. It was done in Switzerland. And, Migros is the network of supermarkets there. So, this is my final words, like embrace it also, become part of it. Only if we will all be part of it, it will be out faster. And I want the magic, I want it out, and I want content, and I want to see those magical things come to life. Not in 5, 10, maybe in 2, 5. And I'll be happy to, work, cooperate, think with you if you need your clients, if you need everyone else. I'm creative technology, futuristic kind of guy. And the implementation is infinite. So we just need to start somewhere. So you have a problem, you have a need, even if you don't have a need. And you just need to understand how you can evolve. And this is what I'm saying to clients. Be innovative, be the first, because everyone else will do that. So I'm looking for the innovators. Thank you. Questions? Yeah. We have like 10? Yeah.
I'm asking if you saw the TV show Black Mirror.
I know it. I didn't see part of it.
Because it's discussing a lot about I call it the dark side of all this.
Mm-hmm.
You can plan things for people, you can convince them that you are seeing one thing and you are seeing other things. So what is your perspective about all this and how we control it?
So, because you were a quiet crowd, you didn't say too much, but I'm glad that you asked. When computers are coming, when cloud is coming, even blockchain is coming as a solution. Let's say for viruses, for erasing. Imagine erasing the computers of the banks and all the money that I have none because it's not physical anymore. This is like worse, right, as a fear. So fears will be solved. Problems will be solved. Hackers will be taken care of. And they will still exist. So we can see that as time evolved, as technology evolved. There were always solutions. There was always antivirus for any virus. So there will be limitation. Even mobile phones, games and things have kind of flags that you can turn off the button of extra gory or features so you can control it for different ages. So there will be new type of rules, new type of tools to limit the danger, to limited exposure. I'm not scared of it because, and actually it's good business because more startups will come. There will be new security issues.
The danger is the impact, okay? Because you are creating a reality, okay? It's not a game. It's I can present to you now, okay? You said a dinosaur. I can present to you now, I don't know, an ISIS terrorist, okay?
Right.
And I will stand behind it, and you will shoot.
You want something better? I can put a bridge over a cliff, and there is no bridge, and I'm going and I'm falling down. The Pokemon issue was the problem that you need to go like this. This is the problem with Pokemon. Okay? If it was naturally, you would not have fallen down.
Still people in India trying to
dangerous place.
No,
Sorry? That?
They were not looking. They were looking
No, but again, it was placed
in dangerous places, but people were going like this and didn't see the danger.
And because it was limited and it was the first time, and Pokemon is kind of limited technology. They don't really understand where the characters are. They can be in the wall because they don't understand the environment. So Pokemon was first stage. It wasn't good enough, and the method is difficult with the phone. And we are talking, let's say, 10 years from now. We will have realistic, very realistic, maybe touchable objects that can replace. I'm telling you, like having a bridge on a cliff, and there's no bridge. This is dangerous. Okay? This is dangerous. So it's like the coyote going into the wall. Think about driving a car.
You need to cross, a car is coming, but you are not in reality.
Right.
So you will not, in unreality, you will not see.
Imagine, look, we are talking about cars. We are talking about cars, right? And you know, there are technology, there are startups that are doing AR on the glass of the car, just for information. Think about it, that I can make a tunnel that you see through the car. It looks realistic. You're driving 100, and you see it, you think you can go through, and you will hit the wall.
In any case, more kids should stop driving cars.
The more general question, I think, and this is another example of a lot of technologies where people rushed ahead with them because it's very promising and very exciting and very good for a lot of users, but nobody thought what could be the abuses of it,
Right.
and nobody prepared. And we're constantly seeing this happen in almost every endeavor where we're going too fast as opposed to understanding what the implications are.
Right.
The question is here, are you guys thinking about what is the potential
Negative
dystopian implication of this type of technology, as well as just thinking, really, it's really cool, we need to push it in. Case in point, the example you mentioned, it looks very nice when you have a few augmented things, but I'm sure you're familiar with a hyper reality video, where everything, the pollution of virtual is such that you can almost not navigate it. And that's a type of world that you can get to.
This is very easy. You as a user control, adjust the amount of content.
If that's given. But this is a type of thing
So don't
you
use
think
it.
about in advance, right?
Right, but for you don't.
Are you thinking about those types of things?
Sure. This is why I went up to the concept of physics and psychology issues in most of my presentation, because this is like a big deal. This is something that we don't know the answers. Even though I'm doing that for years, I don't know anything. And people who have seen that for the first time don't know even more. So we all need to think, we all need to find problems. And again, from problems come solutions. From solutions come new companies, new startups. I'm in the let's grow businesses together and let's grow the environment. And I cannot solve all the problems myself, and we cannot solve all the problems, only everyone. Okay, and this is what I believe. I believe everyone should be part of what's coming. You need to understand that it's coming, and you need to find your way. If you like flowers, I want to go outside with my kids on the forest and see flowers and recognize them, or send the bees to the flower, and they can learn. I want to be in education. Someone wants to be in security. Someone wants to be. Everyone will have his own, and this is what's exciting about it. It's infinite.
You're taking it to the positive side, but there are many things that we take it to the negative side.
Right.
And we see it happen now with WhatsApp and Facebook, what it happened to our kids and what happened to social part of us. There's no people, children, instead of go out and play out, they're sitting and we are meet each other in this side or in this side.
Okay, I can help you with that. Give.
פוקימון גו זה ממש כמו בחברה.
התייאשו. אוקיי, just one thing about going out. משהו אחד לגבי זה שיוצאים החוצה. אוקיי, I forgot how to speak in English. הקטע של לצאת החוצה, זה הקטע הכי מגניב. פוקימון גו עשה את הדוגמה הלא הכי מוצלחת. רגע. את רוצה? אני אתן לך זה. אני מקודם הצגתי כדורגל. תחשבי איזה מגניב, אני ואת פה, אין לנו כדור. אני יכול לשחק איתך פריסבי, אני יכול לשחק איתך כדורגל.
אז אני לא אשחק כדורגל, לא יהיה צורך בכדור טבעי.
אז ביג דיל. עדיין אני רץ. שנייה, עדיין אני רץ, עדיין אני בועט בכדור. הכדור הוא אמצעי. לא, אבל תזכרי, משחקים פיפא.
אז אני לא אדבר עם בן אדם פנים אל פנים.
אגב, גם זה לא נכון.
טלפון לא גרם לזה ש...
רגע, בוא נדבר עם זה פה. את רואה את זה פה? זה פה? ההוא מהודו יושב פה, כל הזה, הוא הסתכל עליי כל הזמן, אני לא רוצה לדבר איתו בהודית, הוא פה. הקטע הזה של מישהו מהודו יושב פה, הוא לא יושב פה כתצוגה, הוא יושב פה כדמות, כשהוא מסתכל, הוא יכול להחליט שהוא מסתכל ככה על הרצפה מתחת, וזה מה שהוא עושה, כי הוא יהיה פה, וירטואלית, ומבחינת הווירטואל שלו, הוא רואה את כל הסביבה. אז כלומר, הוא הכי פה מה שאפשר להיות, אוקיי? בלי להיות. אבל הוא יכול להחליט שהוא מסתכל על התקרה או על הרצפה. את יכולה להיות היום בכל מקום בעולם, לשבת על החוף בתאילנד, ולהסתכל על החול, או לשכב על הגב ולהסתכל על השמיים. אפשר לעשות את זה עכשיו. אז עכשיו, הקטע שצריך שגם יראו אותך, אז תחשבי שגם רואים אותך שוכבת שם בחול, ואת בכלל בבית שלך על המרפסת. אז יש דברים מגניבים.
את משיגה את הבנפיטס הנפשיים של השם.
רגע, אבל רק כדי לסגור את החיוביות בזה, כי יש מי שיגיד שלא צריך לצאת מהבית, אז אני...
איפה החוויה האמיתית של...
ילד עני באפריקה, יושב בכפר שלו בזה מקש, והוא נמצא באוניברסיטה בפריז ולומד שם בתוך האוניברסיטה. הוא בחיים שלו לא יטוס לפריז בשנים הקרובות, והוא יכול לעשות את זה. ומצד השני...
הייתי בפריז, זה רק צריך לטוס לשם.
אבל אז מה?
אז זה לא בעיה שלי, נו, זה בעיה של...
של עכשיו, שזה מה שחשוב. למה זה מה שחשוב? אלה השאלות הפילוסופיות שלנו. למה צריך את זה? לא חייבת לעשות את זה.
אבל העולם...
מי אמר שחייב?
כל העולם...
ומה הרע בזה?
אני אישית, אני אגיד לך את האמת, אישית, אני חושבת שלנו,
מכיר.
הילדות הייתה הרבה יותר טובה, שהיינו בטבע.
שהתעסקנו עם החומר, נכון?
שהתעסקנו, אני אגיד לך...
אנחנו יכולים לשחק מחבואים בחוץ.
אנחנו מנסים לשפוט את העתיד מעקרונות של העבר.
אני אמשיך לשחק בכדור הפיזי, ומישהו אחר,
לא,
לא יודע מה...
דווקא אבל זה האתגר הכי כיף. עוד שנייה, אני יכול לשחק מחבואים בחוץ עם חברים, אבל אני גם יכול להיות קוסם. אז כשאני התחבאתי בתוך השיח, אני גם נהיה שיח. סתם, לא יודע. נו, כאילו, אז תחשבי מהדמיון, תחשבי הפיזי. נכון שזה קשה, אבל זה כיף.
פסיכולוגית, כי אני רואה את הילדים של היום, וקשה לי עם זה, כי הם יותר מדי בטכנולוגיה, הם יהיו טכנולוגיה, הילדים של היום. זה שהילד, תחשוב על זה ככה, זה שאתמול, בעלי, רק אתמול, סיפור מאתמול, דיברנו עם בעלי, טוב, ילד בן עוד מעט, עוד שנתיים, צריך לפנות לו לטלפון וזה.
עוד 10 שנים
אז הוא אומר, שנייה,
רגע, אני לא שומע אותה, שנייה.
תקשיבי, הוא גם לא ידע מה לעשות, הוא לא ידע לעשות ככה.
אבל את יכולה לברוח מזה. בואו, ששמו טלוויזיות בבתים באמריקה, פחדו שהקומוניסטים יצאו מהטלוויזיה ויכבשו את אמריקה. אני יודע, אז כאילו, בסדר. נכון. אז מה שצריך זה לשים את הגבולות הנכונים, ואת השליטה הנכונה.
כבר היום קשה לשים את הגבולות הנכונים האלה.
כן.
כבר היום לא שמים, כבר מה שיש. אני חושבת שהמחשבה צריכה להיות יותר איך עושים את זה, שזה לא ייקח בעיקר מה שיש לנו כבר. התחושה זה כבר לוקח כל מה שיש לנו. צריך כאילו לשדרג ולא למחוק את מה שיש.
אני חושב שבתחושה שלי, כדי כאילו בטח לסגור את זה, אני חושב שהאבולוציה הזאת, היא תחזיר אותנו החוצה, ותשדרג. כאילו.
ועוד מה שאתה סיפרת, נגיד סתם אתה הולך, ולמה זה לא ברומא, אתה נמצא ברומא, ואז תראה את המגדל איך הוא היה פעם. ושני, איפה הדמיון שלך לדמיין איך שזה היה פעם?
לוחצים על כפתור און ואוף. את רוצה דמיון, תלחצי על אוף.
אתה לא יכול, אתה מסתכל, יש אנשים, יש לי סבתא שלמדה ארכיאולוגיה, וכשאני מטיילת איתה והיא הולכת לידי, היא יודעת לספר לי על ההריסות כאילו,
מה, היא בת 2000?
זה כאילו יש לי וירטואל ריאליטי, כאילו זה אבל רוב האנשים שילכו לשם, הם יעיפו, יסמנו וי על זה שהם היו בעתיקות, והמשיכו הלאה.
אבל למה?